watch with history only, who's in trouble, who's in top, who's in the bubble. History only, who's in trouble, who's in top, who's in the bubble. Tourists. The observer. History only, who's in trouble, who's in top, who's in the bubble. History only, who's in trouble, who's in top, who's in the bubble. The observer.
I won't even leave their children with family members. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And this woman here now, we'll get there though, people, but we're not here to belittle her or disrespect her. We just want to speak to her if we can, or, reach out to her if we can and let her know the positivities of where she's going wrong. And that's all I'm trying to say, because like I said, people, it's not hard. I mean, it's not easy being a parent, as we all know. But, there's little things that you could be doing to conduct yourself a bit more better, you know what I mean? She's crying out for help. Yeah, she is. Of course she is. And this is what I'm saying. People should be there to help her in all the right ways. But all I'm seeing is people just trying to help her in all the wrong ways. And why is that? Why is it that people in this day and age that we live in this day and age nowadays, instead of people trying to talk to people and help them, people are always trying to belittle people and trying to make them feel like to say that they're not worth of what they are. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy, people. Why are they like this? If there's a young lady that's going through a bit of a traumatic situation, why can't we help her and speak to her and let her know where she's going wrong? Why is that people are still adding to her negativity of making a situation worse to where she is rather than helping her and getting her in a better place? This is a young lady that's got children. And some of you that are thinking it's funny and it's okay to get clout or build your numbers up off this young lady. And it's not about numbers, it's about her safety and her children's safety and her security around her. Because remember, when people go through certain things, it's like you could. I don't know how strong it can get for certain people, but you could just feel like there's no one there for you. You don't have anyone. Some of you guys could have loved ones. Some of you don't have, family members. Some of you that's got close associates that you can go to. But there is some people that literally have no one. And I learned that a little while ago on my live. Some people go home and they're in their house and they've literally got nobody to turn to. It's all good, certain people saying, yeah, my children are everything and my child's everything. Yeah, but there's times where you just need an adult to speak to. You need someone on your level or going through something that's, you know what I mean? They're both bad, man. She already feels like that. Now, I hear that. But then what I'm trying to say is, if you've got a young son that's in a particular way and you know that there's a young lady that's on the internet that acts a particular way, why would you invite that young lady round to your house and then leave your young son with her for how many hours? And then what you're doing is you're leaving her and then this young lady's on live with your child on the internet. Just that already is a disrespect. Because, all right, then, I know how somebody acts. I know how somebody is. Right? But for me to then invite that person over, having them spend how many hours to get there, and then I leave you in the safety of my children and go about my business to do whatever. I couldn't care if it's to the shop to buy a bottle of booze. I couldn't care less what it was, fizzy pop. I couldn't care. I'm not going to leave some random person in my house with knowing the kind of person that you are because you see this woman on the internet. It's not like to say, you don't know what this woman's like. You know what she's like. And then what you're doing now is you're doing the whole today now, upset and this, that. No one's not saying you can't be upset. But don't put situations out there to allow yourself to get upset, sweetheart, because you're going to always forever find yourself in the same situation. Find people that want the best for you. Check for people that check for you and want the best for you. Stop putting yourself around people that don't care about your stability and don't care about where they see you. You're inviting people to your house that don't care. This woman happily put your child up on the internet, talking about people, let's do what's it called? If you saw what the child was doing to me, how could you have this woman in your household? How is this woman even allowed in the presence of your children that she's allowed to you've allowed her, because you've allowed her to? Because if I say to somebody, well, do me a favor, brother, I beg you come and look after my child for me while I pop to the gym or whatever. I have now put the safety of my child into my mate. So whatever my mate then does, it's on me. Because you need to know somebody and you need to speak. Many people need to understand, when you sit down and speak, when you're on the internet and you speak to someone, they're not your friends. They're your associate or they're an internet mate or they're somebody you can get to know. You can't think you can speak to somebody over the internet and then invite them to your family house and then leave them with your children. You don't even know who you're leaving with your child. And yes, you're grieving. And yes, you might need that little couple moments or couple seconds to just, breathe. But not to leave a whole stranger that you've met off the internet, that you've invited to your house and you don't even know what's like, but you know off the internet, to with your whole child. I would like to ask one main question. When you're always on live the way that you are, where are your children at this time? Because so much people nowadays have got children and they're on live and they're on live and they're on live. So if you didn't mind me asking, just as a member of the public, you are on live a lot. So where are your children, if you don't mind me asking, at these times? And that's just a question that I would ask if you was to come up on live, because it's a question that many other people would ask. Many people nowadays are spending their time on live, and I'm promising you people, please believe me, I'm not a hater. Get your money with whatever means necessary. But many of you lot need to understand that there's younger children watching this, people, man. And some of you lot's got, children that some of you lot need to look into. Now, people, with respect, like I said, this is a young lady that's grieving because she's already going through things. So I don't want to reveal anybody, obviously people are allowed to have their say, but I don't want people looking at her and disrespecting her in that way, because it's not about that, people. Like I said, numbers might rise, but it's not about the numbers. It's about understanding and trying to make this lady see where she's going wrong. And the wrongs that she's doing is she's inviting people back to her household around her family's life, where she needs to understand. Parents, why don't we start giving our children a chance in life, bruv? We're making so much ration decisions on their behalf, and it's like, what are we doing? We're allowing people we don't even know in the real life around their presence. Think about if our parents used to do that to us, though. Like, you're chilling around your mum and she just got Tom, Dick and Harry just walking around your house like la-di-da-di-da. Big up the heart, man. It's welcome. I see you there. Come on, people, man. Let's start having some more safe self-respect. Like, you're going through whatever you're going through, and I'm not gonna lie and say that you don't need to, meet people in the real life and go, and you need to do that to get through whatever you're going through, because there's people in the real life that's gonna get you through such trauma. But some of you that are going through such trauma and going through such mental health, and you're making all the negative mistakes and decisions. I don't get it. It does not make sense to me. You're telling me that you're going to meet someone off the internet. You're going to make the person travel how many hours to come to you. Fair enough, cool. That's how people meet in life. Women or man, it does not matter. But then after that, you're going to allow this woman to leave her in your yard knowing she does all this stuff on TikTok, toxic. And then when she's done it now, you're upset and crying about it. People, please, we need to start understanding where we're going in this lifestyle, what we're doing. Because say, for instance, you left that woman with your child and then she didn't just upload them on the internet. She was showing people, other things happened. And I don't need to say too much because loose lips sink ships, and we all know how that can be. Like, what don't people care about their children's safety anymore? You can see Nikki just wants company. I hear that, but there's ways. Even though you want company, you have to think about your children. You laid on your back and had kids, so as much as you want company, you need to think about the safety of your children, because you might want company from somebody, and that comfortability might bring your children in danger zone. So people, it's all good saying, yeah, she might need company and she's this and she's that. Yeah, cool, and I hear that, and I'm not here to belittle her, I promise you not. But what about your children then? What about the safety of your children? What about the you know what I mean? Pick up the gift, man. I see you there. It's appreciated. Word up, facts. What about the safety? Don't they come before every and anything? And I don't care what any woman's got to say. Yeah, you might want to get a leg over. If you can't pay for a babysitter or there's not a family member that can look after your child, keep your legs closed until it's that time for you then. If that's the case. Everybody needs to live a life. Find your baby father, tell him to come and look after his youth so you can go and get your leg over, because he's been getting his leg over for however long you've had your youth for. And let me show you something. I didn't want to mention that because that is bad that I've said that. But what I'm saying is because obviously she is going through that side of things, and I didn't want to bring that up because I didn't bring her up for that. And my apologies that I have said that. That's what I'm saying. I didn't want to start seeing that. So my apologies that I've said that, right? Because she is grieving on that side of the fence. But what I am saying, people, is when you are grieving, There are ways that you can conduct yourself. That's all I'm saying. Like, you don't allow a woman to come to your household and look after your children when you know, your children's already got whatever. The children are barely, your children knows who you are, your mother. They wake up to you and rely on you, especially when they've got certain illnesses going on. You know, like if one of our children had an illness, they rely on you. You can't then invite somebody new in and then just leave them with your children. What was that? You ain't her, so, you know, until you got through it, until you go through it, don't talk it. Okay, fair enough, if that's how you feel. You ain't her, so, okay, I hear you, cool. I've read it out, goodness. Big up the gift, man, I see you there. And I hear you still, I haven't been through it, no, I haven't. I really haven't, people, so I do need to put it out there as well. Good comments and bad comments I'll pull out there, you know. I'm not gonna lie, you know what I mean? I'm just being honest. I'm not gonna lie and sit here and back to say I've been through it and whatever. And it is true, people. It is easy for somebody that ain't been through something to sit down there and talk it. But I can speak about for the things that I'm seeing that she doesn't need to be doing. Like, she's going on the internet with things up her nose and that. Like, her children are gonna be able to see that in years to come. Yeah, there's levels to grieving, people. I'm not saying that you can ever get over grieving. 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30. You can never get over that. But there's a way how you can conduct yourself as an adult on the internet, especially when you've got children and people watching you growing up. This person needs help from people. This person's grieving. This person's going through whatever. I can guarantee you now there's more than 40 women out there right now that would invite her around, that would invite her to just take her mind away from things. But then what happens is you have a woman that gets complacent and starts thinking that it has to be. People has to phone her now. People have to invite her around. And that's what happens of where you start finding a woman now, you know, doing stuff on the internet. People, my podcast is Daily Antics 1 on YouTube. Like I said, go give it a like, follow and subscribe. It will be appreciated. Like I said, I'm only doing good things and just trying to make sense from nonsense. Because many adults out here this day and age, in 2000 and big, 25, is not even thinking about the safety of their children anymore. And that's what should come first. Your children are everything. They wake up and they rely on you. You're the first thought that most probably goes through their mind. The first thing what you think of when you wake up is what? Hunger. You know what I mean? I'm hungry. Who's going to feed you if you're a child? Mama needs to make food for me. So you're the first person and you're the only person that they rely on a day-to-day basis. But here you are on the internet at night arguing with people and bickering when you should be spending all this time crucial with your children. When you're grieving, people, the only people that can get you out sometimes is your children. When it's on a grown side of things, you need a grown person to speak to. But the love, the energy, all of that comes from your children. Why? Because you might ask yourself, what are you doing it for? And you look in your children's eyes and they look right back at you saying, Mum, here I am. And that's every reason why you're doing it for. It's not about being on the internet and bickering and arguing or making someone babysit your child that you damn well know is going to do something negative. It might be a recording. They might even, you know what it is, people. That's just like me saying, okay, then I'm going to bring a pit bull to my house knowing he ain't eaten for a month and leave him in the house scot-free with my fridge and cupboard doors open for an hour. Come on, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to come back to our house ransacked. So if you're inviting a woman round to your house and you know that how this woman is on the internet, you should definitely know who you're bringing into your household, especially when you've got vulnerable kids. Come on, people, what are we doing? So there's a level to grieving. I can agree with you and say, all right, then, okay, do you know what? I hear you. I was going to do a live on this lady a very long time ago, and somebody said to me, and people said to me, no, don't, let's allow it. She's going through things. But had I would have done that live about her, she wouldn't have ended up leaving her children with that person, and this wouldn't have happened. And this is the reasons why I say it's good to do lives and speak about things. Why? Because things happen from things and people learn from things. Where if I would have done that live, she would have never left her child with that lady. And it's okay because obviously the lady done what she done. But look now. The ladies on internet saying, let's do a poll, people. Let's do a poll. Whoever saw that child doing that to me, let's do a poll. Come on, people. This is a child, a vulnerable, innocent child. Why are we doing this? This is a child that's just living life, cutting through. It's not that poor child's fault. That child's just living life, thinking that, they're just getting through. And here's an adult trying to get clout numbers and whatever else they're trying to build by using their liberty. And then now she's broadcasted that lady, Nikki, you can never ever take that back off the internet. You can never ever, once that step's been made, you can't take that step back. Once those words has been spoken, you can't tell her to take them steps back. Once that video's been published, you can't undo that video. Some of you lot need to understand the safety of who you're bringing around, your comfortability and your energy. Some of you lot just feel like, oh yeah, she's been in for a couple of days. Yeah, I've gave her a cup of tea. I've fed her a bit of food. Let me pop out for a minute. That's not how it goes. Some of you lot's internet mates are your internet mates for a reason. Some of you lot's internet mates are only your internet mates to see what clout they can build from you in the right time. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? People need to wake up for all the right reasons and think and look what's going on. I say this on a day-to-day basis, people, all the time. I'm not here to belittle you. I'm not here for nobody to belittle you or talk about you in a disrespectful way. What I am here for people to do is obviously just show you and try and point you in the right direction and lead you in the right direction, because we all know that you're going through whatever you're going through. But that doesn't give any woman the right to then invite a woman round to her house, leave her vulnerable child with that woman, not knowing what the capabilities are. And then the next day now, we've got you here and you're crying on the internet now because a woman's putting up videos of your son. But you should have expected that when you've invited this woman that you know off the internet into your yard. Why are you even wanting this woman around your energy anyway, knowing what she's like? There's certain people you just don't have around you. And I'm just sorry to say, I've got to say it as it is. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to say it as it is. Serious, people. It's so sad to see that people just don't care about the safety of their children. Like, you're just gonna, like, that's just like me saying, all right then, oh, I'm going, babe, you're right. Yeah, babe, I'm all right, you know, where you living? Oh, babe, I live a couple hours away. All right then, babe, hey, what you do? Jump in there, what's it called? Oh, do you know what? Jump in a cab, come and link me. What, babe, what, you gonna be? Yeah, babe, come link me, man, I'm at my yard. All right then, cool. And then when she comes, I'm here with my children, and then 2 times, like, hey, what, babe, listen, I'm just gonna shoot down to the post office quickly, yeah? I'll soon come. This woman only came and linked me however long. I've only know off the internet. Some of you lot need to understand that when you speak to people off the internet, they're just on the internet. That is it. It's called entertainment for a reason. And now look, sorry to only sadly say, you're only starting to just get past trauma that you spent a whole year past going through, and then now you've got to try now get through this. When are you going to buck your ideas up and stop entertaining people to allow your energy to be around them for these people to do these kind of things to you? That is your poor son's life now that he ain't had a say on. If he was a big man, do you think he would have allowed that woman to record him and put it on the internet? But here he is, as a child, not being able to you know, understand? And you as a grown woman who he relies on and respects and honors to have his safety in your hands, are allowing yourself to put your risk to the floor and allow a woman that you don't know to come into your household, family household at that. Leave her alone. I'm not getting onto her. I just want her to understand. And I'm not trying to argue with her. I'm not trying to belittle her. I'm just trying to ask her questions. That's all. That's all. There's a woman on the internet. Why don't you guys go and speak about the woman on the internet that's putting her son up on the internet talking about, oh, he was doing this to me and doing that to me? I don't need to get onto this young lady. I would just like to know and ask her, like, why would you believe it's acceptable to leave a young woman with your child? You know what I mean? Where are your children when you're on the live all the time, 24/7? If people don't mind, I would like to believe I'm allowed to ask such. Mind your business. Okay, mind my business. But then when you have a young lady on the internet and something's going left with her, many people will be like, oh, do you know what? It's too late. Look how late it was now. I was going to do a live on this young lady how many weeks ago? But then many people said no. And had I would have done a live, maybe this wouldn't have happened. And this is the problem that we have. But here are all of you lot entertaining this young lady. Why? Because she's entertainment for you lot. But she's already grieving. She's putting things up her nose and doing all of these other things. But because she's entertaining you guys, and you guys are bored and you don't have a better life, you lot will pay to see this woman, and you lot will pay to see her deteriorate herself. But yet you're not thinking about the children who she's got looking after. This is why it's sad, the society that we live in. You lot are all sad. Anyone that's saying, leave her alone, why are you getting onto her? I'm not getting onto her. If you can hear, I'm giving words of wisdom and proper positive words for her to, you know, make and become a better person of herself. But let me show you something. All of you people that are willing to just, oh, leave her alone, let her live her life, you lot are all involved in this. You lot like to condone this stupidity behavior until you see something go left. Now all you lot are saying, why did you leave her at the house? Why did you invite her around? But you lot was all the ones that was entertaining it by gifting it and thinking like it's okay. You lot are all the ones you lot are just as bad as the woman that's done the live about her son. You lot are just as bad as the people on the internet entertaining this negativity. You see all you people that are gifting, you lot are just as bad. Why? Because you lot are so sad in your own poor lives and got so much trauma going on in your own poor lives. You lot are gifting another lady that's telling you that she's going through trauma to see her deteriorate a bit more. Not only that, you're seeing her deteriorate with her children that she's got to happily bring up, sadly in a bad situation. But yet people are happy to say to me, leave her alone, man, leave her alone. Not one person said, well, I respect what you're doing, because, you know, the turnout from yesterday has gone that way. Do you see what I'm saying with people and bad mind and negative people? Negative people will always sit on the internet, leave her alone, always try to turn the positive to the negative, so people try to look at the negative from the positive. I'm on the internet telling this person, listen, you are a pretty lady. I know you went through a trauma and whatever in your past. Yes, that was a year ago. Yes, but you've got children now, and we've got to crack on and do whatever. No one's not saying you've got to get past your loss. No one's not saying you can get past your loss. 20 years, 30 years, your loss is going to always forever be with you. But one thing you shouldn't do, sweetheart, is allow people on the internet to pay and keep paying for you to deteriorate yourself. Because we've already seen this woman do many things with herself that maybe she wouldn't have done if many of you lot wasn't gifting her and entertaining it. So many of you lot can say, oh, why are you bashing her and leave her alone? But if anything, I would like this woman to turn her life around and see her in a better place with her children. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Yeah, I'm not glitching, I'm just literally repeating myself because some of you lot need to get it into your heads. I'm not on here belittling her and disrespecting her. She's got children. I would like her young son to grow old and become the best of what he can. But here's this young son being put on the internet by some woman that travelled how many hours to look after her children to make it seem like she was cool with her, but then putting her children up on the internet. How would you feel if I came to your house and then you left me in your house for 20 minutes to go buy a loaf of bread and a bit of eggs to do a scrambled egg sandwich, and then here I am putting your children up on the internet? Breathe. I'm breathing. I'm breathing. See what I'm saying, people? That's all I'm saying. This young lady, come on, man. I don't need to say too much, but she could become somebody of herself. She could become someone. She's got young children and whatnot. Yes, we've all been through things. But all I'm saying to yourself is don't allow the internet or the people on the internet, because remember, it's never the internet people. It's the people on the internet entertaining this behavior. Do you know what I mean? I'm saying the most. Yeah, okay, for all the right reasons. I'm saying the most, but you're not saying the most when this young lady was talking about this lady's son on the internet, talking about what she was doing, what the son was doing with her hair and whatever. So I'm talking the most for all the right reasons. But hang on, stick a pin. You're here listening to all the most. That means I'm saying all the most for all the right reasons, because your ears are here and they're ringing for all the right reasons, correct? So big yourself up, man. Let's just pray and hope that you get the live shared out there to many people that's going through the same kind of situation, because I speak the most, but speak the most facts, right? I do it for days. I'm sorry if it alarms you. I'm sorry if it hurts you in advance. But with respect, these kind of conversations need to happen, because if these conversations don't happen, we have things and ladies and situations like yesterday turning out. I was going to go live about this lady a little while ago without saying no names, loose lips, sink ships. People was like, no, do you know what? So with the great respect, I thought, do you know what? Let me allow it and say what and say not. But had I would have done that live a little while, this wouldn't be happening, because if you stick a pin and listen and go and watch, this young lady's on the internet now crying about what that young lady's done with her son. Why? Because she allowed that young lady around her. That young lady made it seem like she wanted to look after her child and she was going to be a mate and this, that, and so forth. The minute she left, she's recording this young lady's child. Would you like that if that was me that did that to you? If it was a guy doing that to you, would have a lot to say. But how comes now it's her, and it's because it's this lady that's going through whatever and I'm speaking about it, it's, oh, allow her, leave her be? How come no one ain't saying to her, do you know what? Come and meet me. I've got a positivity plan for you to make something happen. How come no one's not offering this lady a job and saying to her, do you know what? How come everything and everybody that wants to find herself around this woman, knowing that she's grieving already, only wants to bring negativity around her? Why? I'm only asking. I'm only saying it as it is. I'm only saying that as it is. Many people be like, it's not my business, but it is my business when they're putting it on the internet. And I'm having a sight into it. You know what I mean? Of course, it's everybody's business. Me doing this right here now, I'm making this everybody's business. So if somebody wanted to say to me, "Hey, Daily Antics, what you doing, bruv?" I'm making it everybody's business. And the fact that I'm making it everybody's business, I'm giving everybody a say for them to be able to do. People ain't going to agree with what I'm doing. Some people are going to disagree. Some people are going to agree. But one thing I would like to put out there is, people, I'm not on here to belittle this lady, disrespect her or violate her in any way. All I want this lady to be to do is become a better person of herself. She's a young lady grieving, going through whatever. She's got children growing up. So I'm like to say that, just like I used to rely on my parent when I was young, feeding, clothing and whatnot and what have you, I would like to say that those children are doing the same. But when you've got a person sitting on the internet 24/7, and I would like to believe that she's got good people looking after her children, that's all, because if there's a woman sitting on the internet 24/7, there must be people looking after your children. But you do a lot on the internet, so where are your kids when you're doing this? Because I would like to believe that if someone's on the internet, I would like to believe that their children are in safe harms. And if that's the case, then cool, be it. So be it. But so much people need to understand is only when they hear the latest, when it's the latest, they start, oh my gosh, is that what it was? Why let it get there? Why don't you stop it and nip it in the bud before it gets there? A lot of you that will say, oh, but just leave her be. And I agree, cool, I'm letting her be. But why don't she allow the internet to be and go for her grievement and hit the internet after she's gone for her grievement? Because the things that she's allowing herself to do on the internet is going to affect her children and affect other loved ones, i.e. family members, sisters, brothers, mums, nans, uncles. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Many of you that ain't saying that to her. Many of you that ain't getting onto her and saying, oh, you've got white stuff up your nose. Don't come on the internet because your son can see that in 10 years and he might ask you, what is that? No one ain't saying that to her. And if you are, you're not putting it out there for people like us to see then, because she's putting things out there for us to all see. So if that's what you're doing, let's put it all out there for us, for us all to see, to us all to make it make sense. Because other than that, I just see this being nonsense. And some people need to start understanding that, yeah, do you know what? How much of you lot's got a mate and you'll know that your mate has a little scent to them and none of you lot will tell them. That you're not their mate then. You're not their mate. From you lot can see this lady, this young lady on the internet going through what she's going through. And all right, then remember, you can't force people, you know. You can take the horse to the water, but you can't make it drink, as we all know. But many of you lot should be saying to her, listen, what you're going through right now is too much for the internet. You're going to be putting things out there that, about yourself that you might not be able to take away. You know what I mean? That you're not going to be able to take away in the next 10 years, 8 years, 7 years. And you've got children growing up. Many of you lot don't understand the grievement of what many children are going to go through later on in life because many of you lot messed up now. You need some aspirin. He's a lot. What? What? You need some what? What? Am I doing too much? She doesn't. Okay, fair enough. There is a picture. I don't want to say too much. If you say that she doesn't, she doesn't. Okay, cool. Many people seen videos in it, so all right, here's what it is. You get it? But I don't care what she does. I don't care. What she wants to do in her own life, she does. That's got nothing to do with me. That has got nothing. I don't care. You can do what you want, when you want, how you want. What I do care about is the young child that you're allowing to leave with this other internet lady that you knew what she was of a particular way and you knew what she was like. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? That's all I care about. I don't care about, no disrespect. I don't care about you like that. You're grieving. Okay, cool, fair enough. And that's why I didn't do the live on you when somebody said to me, no, do you know what? She's grieving in such way, allow it. The reason why I'm doing a live is because I'm hearing a lot of people speak about you yesterday now on the little stupidity move that you made with a woman coming to your house and you leaving your child with them. And I do believe I'm allowed to speak about that because obviously now, what are we doing? Are we going to wait for you to then leave your child with somebody else now and then they're recording your child and then we're seeing your child in another situation? This is your child, your everything, my girl. Listen, please be there for your children and that's it. People are going to come around you to bring you down and try to belittle you, but you need to understand and wake up and realize that, listen, I'm not stupid. I can see what you lot are doing. I'm not saying don't come on here and do your little clout stuff and your little internet stuff. It is what it is. No one can't stop you with that, my love. But please, one thing that you do, just know that people will use your fame, your name, your lifestyle and shit you've been through to get their little name up there and get their clout and their numbers booming through the roof and see you deteriorate. When you could just do this all for yourself and put your message out there for many people to hear and understand. Big up the gift, I see you there. It means a lot. Many people's going through what you've gone through. Many people's about to go through what you're going through. And you can be a good positive voice that's out there that's been through this and you're telling people, look, listen, I've been through that, you know, and it was a journey of, you know, goods and bads and look for this and expect that. Trust me, the internet, I had to ask this person and that person. Let people know in a positive way how you had to get through your journey because you've got children. Many people are going to want to know how you got to the place that you got to. You know, when they ask a person's story and a person gives a story like yours and they still look into your face and they see a strong, sensible, grown woman, growing up kids, standing firm and strong, the one golden question a woman's going to want to ask you is, how do you do it? It's so crazy and hard sometimes, you know. You see, when you just try to do good in the community, but people always try to make you look bad, like, oh, leave her alone. Why are you troubling her? Come on, bruv. You lot are always the one. You lot are the ones that are condoning this behaviour. You lot are the ones that need taken off the app. Because it's you lot are the ones that are gifting the stupid behaviour to make people believe that they can belittle people like this. Do you understand? Because that woman that was recording her son, you lot go in her lives. You lot all record her. But you lot are going from her life to this girl's life, from this girl's life back to that life. All, oh, look, do you know what she's doing? So you lot are entertaining it. You lot are the steering on the pot. You lot are just as bad as the woman that recorded the son and saying whatever and whatnot. Because you lot are entertaining it to just for entertainment. Why? Because you lot's lives are where they are. Remember, you know, from your eyes are seeing it and you lot are entertaining it, you're just as bad as the person doing it. Because you're seeing it, you're registering it. They say if you're supposed to see it, you're supposed to nip it in a bud and put a stop to it. But stick a pin. Many of you lot don't want to do that. Why? Because you lot would rather see the unfoldment. You lot would rather see how it unfolds. And then when it unfolds and it unfolds for all the negatives, oh my gosh, why did we? Oh, she shouldn't have. Oh my days, why did we? Oh my. And that's when all of you lot start telling yourselves you shouldn't. And that's when it's too late. Why is it that you lot only find it that it's when it's too late to start acting? This is a young lady telling you lot what's going on. She's happily told you lot, listen, this is what's going on. And none of you lot stepped in, or many of you lot stepped in to do this and that. But because you can't see any change in her, you've given up. Nothing good changing is hard to do. I mean, it's easy to do, you know. So much of you lot believe you can say, hey, Nikki, listen, cook a spaghetti bolognese Friday and Monday and Tuesday and everything's going to go away and everything will be all right and bish, bash, bosh now and she's living a great life. No. Like, she needs somebody to be there 24. She needs not 24 like that, but she needs a person to be at the end of the phone when she calls. Because the minute now she calls and you don't show, it's like, remember, you know, she's grieving about her partner. Remember, you know, this partner could have been there for her 24. She calls, he shows. He shows, she calls. And this is vice versa. So if people are saying that they want to be there for her, be there for her in all the right reasons. Not just to try and go around there and get a bit of numbers on her internet, or not just try or belittle her family members. Be there for her for all the right reasons and cut this all crap, people, because we're all adults. Like, it's like I'm seeing all adults acting like children, and it's like children are starting to act like adults nowadays. It's like, what is going on? It's like everybody's starting to lose themselves, lose their self-dignity, and not even care about their children and loved ones. People are violating their parents and violating their children just to get a bit of pennies on a TikTok stick. What is going on in this day and age? Why is people like this? Why is this acceptable and adults are applauding it by gifting for other people's stupidity behavior or other people belittling themselves just to get to a little destination, which is no far but than belittling yourself and your people and your loved ones around you? This doesn't make any sense. Come on, people, man. This is unacceptable. This does not make no sense. Like, just remember, when you're putting stuff on the internet, you know, once you've put it up there and you've pressed record and you press live and you press post, once that's uploaded, bosh, that's it. It's done. Bish, bash, bosh, there's no going back now. That's it. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, people? Please start making sense from nonsense, or otherwise it's silly. I'm not on here to belittle anyone or disrespect this young lady. This young lady can become something of herself. Do you understand what I'm saying? But she's allowing the social media to bring her down much more than in the places she says she's in. I bet you any money, if she was going through what she was going through and spent less time on the internet and more time with, you know, people that want good for her off the internet, I guarantee you she'll be in 10 times much more better place than she is. But what it is that you see energy, people, it's a serious thing. So when she does find herself in a good place, when you see her going live and she's in a good place, but then a couple of days later, she's back in a negative place. That's because when she was in a good place, the people that saw her in a good place wasn't happy with that. So they gifted her, only to see her right back in a negative place for them to feel comfortable, because a lot of people stride off other people's downness. Other people stride off of other people's negativity. It's like people hate to see you striving and you're in a good place. The minute people see you in that place, no, do you know what? Let's do this and let's do that to get her right back to where she was. And this is the problem that we have. And some people are so much going through what they're going through, they can't see that people are using them and violating them in this particular way. It's sad, people. It's crazy, man. It's weird. Trust me. It's crazy. All I'm saying, people, if you want to come up and say what you've got to say, no problem, because at the same time, as much as I've just gone live and spoke about whatever, I've got to give people their right to say whatever. Even if you disagree with what I'm saying, then cool, fair enough. I've got to understand that. If you agree, cool, I've got to understand that. Doesn't mean that you're going to come up and disagree and I'm going to get onto you or make you feel like you can't say what you're saying. It's a free panel. It's a free speech, freedom of speech for you to say whatever it is that you feel that you want to say. And, you know, it is what it is, to be honest. I can't really argue with people if they're disagreeing with me. I can't really argue with people if I shouldn't be, you know. It's just how people feel. Welcome, people. Welcome. Has anyone got anyone to say? Big yourself up.
Hi. Hi.
Well, welcome, people. Welcome.
Hi. I watched it all play out when Sean went to Nicky's house. And obviously the day after, it was just horrendous. I think this poor girl needs help. She doesn't need talking about. She needs help.
Can we change her
say something?
pictures? Because it's classed
Can I
as
say something?
exploitation.
Do you know what? Yeah, literally as well. I watched the live when Sean was in our house, yeah, on live crying about the kids, and honestly, it was the most weirdest thing I've ever seen. I couldn't understand why she thought it was okay, especially knowing that Nikki was in the other room. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she was
Like,
doing it for views.
obviously, another thing is, I don't agree. Hold up.
Everyone, please, one at a time, people, with respect.
I don't agree with how OG Nikki is. I feel like there is a lot of neglect on her part. Like, let's keep it real, right? But one thing about it, two things for sure, is that it's everybody has a vice. Everybody deals with things differently. You know, you can't expect her to be one way just because you're that way or because everyone else is. Do you know what I'm saying? She just needs. I too am here with no parents, no support as well. I too ended up calling authorities, social services on myself to try and get support because I was so desperate for it. But what I wasn't going to do is let my guard down and go to strangers. Do you know what I'm saying? Or go to the internet or whatever. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Do I hear that?
Antics.
Yes.
Can we take her picture down because it is classed as exploitation, babe? Because I work with SS.
You work? What do you mean? Why is it classed as exploitation? What do you mean?
Because you're exploiting her face all over the internet.
Okay, all right. We'll do this. But what you need to realize, though, wait, hang on. But 1 minute. Obviously, Ria, we'll take it down. But wouldn't you say she's exploiting herself by putting herself on the internet?
Absolutely, and she's being monitored already. But, you know, to give credit where credit's due, before you're live,
right,
then you need 100%, you know, with your followers.
Yeah.
And when we exploit, it can be exploited in all sorts of ways.
Correct.
And you don't want that come back on yourself. So I'm saying this like everybody else is, asking you to just
because it's a video that was already put out, though. It was a video that's been on her page that everyone can see, that everyone shared.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know if you've come in here to do some sort of under the table defense, but having someone's picture is not against the law. And this is a video that she has posted on her own page. So even if Daily Antics was to repost the video on his own page, TikTok allows you to do that. So you're talking a bag of poo. Get out of here, man.
Facts on facts.
100% agree. 100% agree.
Literally, I just came to just defend the same thing, but yeah.
100% agree. I feel like people are just trying to deflect from the matter. Do you know what I'm saying? Some people are like, oh yeah, no, she needs the support. Like, you know, she's grieving. She needs the support. And we all get that. Some people don't have nothing. Nobody. Like, we all get that. But there is certain ways to deal with stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? And if you're going to deal with it the way OG Nikki's deal with it, be expected to kind of get the backlash, especially when it's out in the public. It is what it is. You know, what we cannot do now is kind of like encourage certain behaviors just to make ourselves feel better or just to make the situation seem better. Do you know what I'm saying? Every action comes with repercussions. Like, let's keep it real. Yeah, that's what I really say.
And that's a fact. Now, big up yourself for that as well, because obviously she's come up and she's saying that I'm exploiting her in a certain way. Yet again, a person that's trying to turn away and what's it called, all the narrative of what I'm trying to say. What about when she's doing what she's doing? What about, this is a young lady that's allowed somebody to travel how many hours, leave her vulnerable children with this lady. She's on the internet drinking alcohol and doing all of this stuff. But you're saying for me to have her picture of her on the internet like this is me exploiting her. That's a bit of crazy for me to say. When I'm trying to help this young lady, that's what I'm trying to do. To be honest, I'm not trying to disrespect or violate. I'm trying to help this young lady because she's allowing strangers in her household and leaving them with her child. What would you say to her about that, then, Ria? If you don't mind me asking.
I feel like there's nothing wrong with people getting support, though. Like, okay, you know what? Yeah, let's be real. She met this. Okay, no, please, because I fully get it. Like, she met this lady, right? Sometimes you judge a book by its cover. So she's obviously seen this lady and been like, "Rah, this lady's got her own kids. She likes the way she moves. What? Let me invite her to." Especially as a mum, yeah. You see, when you see another woman that has a child, you automatically get this thing of, oh, she can be trusted. Do you know what I'm saying? OG Nikki come like she's a bit like, I don't want to be rude, but a bit slow. So I feel like it was just like she saw Sean on live. She was like, oh, this woman's cool. She could be trusted. Let me invite her to my house. And where Sean's got 5, 6, 10 kids, do you know, I don't feel like she thought it was that deep. And the plus, OG Nikki needs the support. She really needs the support. She really is longing for that support. So when somebody's love bombing her, throwing her this, that, don't worry. This is what people do. They will overly be nice to you, overly love bomb you, make you trust them, and then throw it back in your face on your time of weakness. It's wrong. I'm not saying that Sean is a bad one, but the way she went about stuff is not really the best way. She could have had all those facts, which probably was true. She could have used that and maybe spoken to her, helped her in another way, not like this. Yeah.
And what she's doing now is she's crying on the internet saying that, oh, don't you see she's doing a live about me, about my son. She's on the internet. But what you've done, love, is you've left her with your son for her to be able to do that. But I'm not saying that, Rafi, you should take help where it's needed.
That's not an excuse, though. She left Sean because at the end of the day, she invited Sean to the house. So to her, it's nothing, innit? To her, it's nothing. Sean is love bombing her. To her, it's nothing. Like, if she can come to my house, why would it be a thing for her to watch the kids for a couple minutes? And
so did she invite her around? I didn't hear.
So no, she didn't invite. I don't think she invited her, but Sean offered to come, and she allowed it. She accepted it. You know what I'm saying? Either way, you still allowed it to happen. You still allowed her in your house. So I feel like probably Sean was giving her all the feel she needed to get trusted, and then once she did trust her, she kind of threw it back in her face. And Sean come like she got anger problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you say one thing wrong to her that she don't agree with, she's going ham. And I mean ham for hours on hours and hours. Like, I will come off TikTok.
She does come across like that still. Huh? She does come across like that still.
No, man. I will come off of TikTok. 1 hour later, I swear, no kid, I'll come back on TikTok. The woman still, are you fucking this? You fucking that? You fucking this? You fucking that? It's just like, what the fuck?
Man,
woman.
Yeah. Enough's for real.
Hi, guys.
Yeah.
Hi, I just come up to say, basically, I feel like Nikki's vulnerable, but from watching everything play out, Nikki didn't ask Sean for the help. Sean offered. Nikki didn't say anything that detrimental for Sean to go off how she went off and expose all her business. It's like me saying I'm coming to help you, and then the minute I help you, I'd use it against you.
Okay.
That's what's basically happened.
But would you reckon that woman done that to have set her like she had an ulterior motive, or would you say
100%, because she documented everything. If I'm going somewhere with pure intentions, why am I recording?
See you later.
That's true.
Crying, it was just too much, man. I've never seen something like that before.
So did she have the baby on the internet? Did she have the baby up on the internet, like showing the baby?
Yeah, she did. She had both the kids up there and saying to the daughter on live, oh, what gifts do you want? Tell them to tell you what gifts you want. What?
Did she actually really do that?
Yeah.
That's what she's doing with my girl's children.
Yeah. She's taking her to the park. She's recording the whole thing. Wow. When she took them out, she's saying she bought this, she bought that. The little boy was reading on the floor. She's got a social media work. She was talking up everything.
Now that is crazy to me. That is crazy to me. That rings alarms to me. I've allowed you to look after my child, and you're recording my child and doing internet stuff. That's weird.
Nikki said that Sean was saying things to her like, oh, you know, have a sleep in, I will help you out. And then now on the internet, she's saying she didn't wake up till 12 o'clock because she was drunk. Then kids can't do anything. She just flipped the whole script on her. And she made it seem like she went there to help her.
And can I just say, in terms of, because I know everyone's discussing, hi everybody, sorry, big up yourself, Antiques, big up everyone on the panel, yeah.
Welcome.
But you know, like how everyone's discussing about how did Sean get there? Did Sean invite herself? Did Nikki invite her? Now, I've been spying on my little fish boy in it because he tried to take me out, yeah. So just was watching his live the other night. If you don't know who Fish Boy is, it's NJ host. Sorry if he's got any fans in here, but we are friends in real life, or were friends, and he's switched for the app, so I'm going to deal with him, yeah? Anyway, I'm watching this live, yeah, from the outside. Someone's come in the room, don't know who it is, and they're saying, like, people are just gassed in it, because they're like, at first, everyone was like, if you're not a critical thinker, you're going to look at Sean and think, it's really nice to see them together doing things with the kids. Nikki really needed this. Like, if you know anything about working with trauma, Sean is the last person that needed to be around Nikki.
Yes.
But NJ was saying, someone come in there and they were saying, oh, yeah, it's so nice. Here, NJ. Oh, well, you know, I don't want a big head and that. I don't want to take all the credit and that. But, you know, it was my idea. I said to Sean she should go there because, you know, she can support however he talks. Like, do you know what I mean? Now, it's not the fact that he said it that I have a problem with, because obviously he thinks he's doing the right thing, innit? But what I have a problem with is now that it's all blown up, yeah, I haven't heard him say, I feel partly responsible because I encouraged Sean to go. Do you know what I mean? And this is where we got to start looking at people like who has integrity when they're on this app and who doesn't. Because there's a lot of...
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
No, wait. No, wait. One thing we're not going to do, because she's speaking some facts right now, if we're going to allow her to land, if she's going to speak for another half an hour, we're going to hear that. So carry on. Allow her to land.
Literally, like, my landing point is, right, a lot of people on this app know each other from this app, yeah? This you, because I'm a pitney to me, yeah, knows me from real life, knows my credentials, knows what work I do, yeah? Was a fan. I didn't know him in real life. He come running up to me, knows my little brother, whatever. We done a little bit of work together, but then I took off, yeah? People haven't seen my face on this net, so today, yeah, because of this boy, I have put just 5% of the work that I do in the community, especially for the black community, and that is another point that I want to make, you get it? When people are up here talking about their mentors and they're qualified and that, we need to start checking credentials and we need to start using our critical thinking skills when we are looking at their pages about how they operate. Some people have their own stories to tell and are creators in their own right. Other people take other people's stories and other people's whatever and try and use that to leverage themselves, but then talk down to everyone else. So because I've been away for ages and I've come back, man's making me feel like I'm small on the app because he's got 20k followers. Blood, this is an app. Have you got 20k in your bank? Have you got a mortgage? Do you like? Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm sorry because I'm going off topic, but I am doing a live on NJ later on. But I just want to put that there. Yeah,
what time?
I don't know yet. I'm gonna just round up a few people, but I've been doing my research for the last couple of days because, like I say, like I don't come on the internet and just talk off like I'm some bad girl, you know. Like I'm from Brum, yeah, and. There's some things that I'm going to real.
What's he like round there? Is he about his thing round there? Because obviously he's on the internet and he lets everybody know that, you know, boxing.
Let me tell you about NJ and Brum, yeah? NJ can't step where I step in Birmingham. NJ don't walk in the crowds that I walk in Birmingham. NJ can't even work with the youths that I work with in Birmingham. Because you know what? I work on the front line because I come from the front line. An outsider from Quay, that's why our accents are so different because, and no disrespect to him, but he's grown up in a predominantly white area. The issues that he had in his area to the issues I had in my area, and if you want to check my credentials, go and look up Pew Pew number 6 right now on the internet.
Mom, I'm so sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, sorry, buddies.
I need to know this. So, because I have actually redirected like a lot of young people to the Prince's Trust and also to other people who I know work with young people. So are you saying that is not factual? Because I am going to fucking shit myself because I've sent a lot of people to him, a lot.
He does work with young people, but what I'm saying is, like, in terms of his credentials and qualifications and his actions, like, do you know what I mean, which I'm going to be breaking down later, when you're working with young people, you need to be trauma informed in it. So the same way I am off the app, like, you know, baddies, remember when me and you had a little rebuttal and I was saying to you, like, you know, like, I work with young people and
no, but to all I'm trying to do... Mum, I was troubled. I
know that, baddies. Trust me, I've had conversations about you without you even knowing, saying that I'm loving your growth. I can see that you've changed. And I said that after we had that argument, even though it was bad and whatever, I still spoke because I understand young people, yeah, and I understand we're all on a journey. We've all got different life experiences, you get it? So sometimes we do emotionally react and whatever, do you know what I mean? But the point is, we're the adults in this, so we have to give, like, you know, more than one chance. But what man like NJ will do, like what he's done with Shelly Ann, who's only 21 or whatever, they've had a little falling out, and he was sitting there chatting her the other night, talking about how she's red-eye and in competition with him. So, same like he said to Daily Antics, you know. Remember, he said Daily Antics was copying his style. What NJ is doing is nothing new. You get it? Bare people, like, I know I can come to Antics, I can go to Talks with Len, I can go Safe Space. If I really want to be cruddy, I can go Misread, I can go, do you know what I mean? So,
can I just say something, please?
No, wait. One thing we're not going to do, Jade, you can definitely speak, but one thing we're not going to do, and everybody who knows, we're going to allow her to finish, please. 1 minute, Jade, you can definitely land. I can definitely promise you that. We're going to allow her to finish with respect. Carry on.
My last point is just going to be, right, I'm not here to send no hate to NJ, but what he did to me on New Year's Eve, if anybody's seen that, is why I have to talk about this publicly, because what he has tried to do is back me up like I'm some chief, bring me into his room, shout at me, mute me, I can't answer, drop me, and think that I'm going to stay in that room and allow you, who's a nobody on road, to talk to me like you're somebody, and you know that we don't do the long talking. Like I said, look it up. The documentary called Pew Pew, number 6, BBC documentary, it's all on YouTube, there's articles or whatever. They're my people. I can tell you every single person that's featured in that documentary are people that have come to my house, they've ate food, they've had to come and collect money from my baby father.
NJ don't know them like you do?
NJ don't know them at all.
Wow.
Like at all. You get it? If he knows them in terms of the way the public know them, then, do you know what I mean? Like, he's not going to know who's who and what's what, you get it? Like, and this is why when he's on the net, going on like he's some bad guy, I'm thinking, blood, come on, like, let's not be fake here, do you know what I mean? Like, because I'm on the net, I'm humble, like, you get it? I don't like to show off my things, which is why I come to TikTok. I've got a very big following off the app, which NJ knows about. So to come to TikTok and talk about 20,000 followers or whatever, it ain't nothing to me, blood, because my accolades, will burn out them 20k followers. Like, I don't look for followers and all of that fame. What I look for is making change and real connections. And I'm the kind of person that if you're with me and on my team, I will bring you, come. You get it? I don't reach somewhere and I'm not on TV and on radio and then looking down on people, and that's why my community love me. And the final thing I'm going to say, I'm the only fucking person in Birmingham, sorry for the language, that can say that they sent one of the man them to pen because, like I've said, my story is domestic abuse.
Sorry, 1 minute. Can I stop you? Because I feel that I need to do this. Can I stop you? Just answer, if you don't mind, without me sounding rude. This is just for the 585 people watching, Have you ever spoken to me off of this app?
No, never.
Thank you very much. And the reason why I did that was self-explanatory for people who knows. 1 minute, stay there, because I need you to stay there, because we need to hear from Jade, because Jade needed to say something. So welcome, Jade. You had something to say? Could you unmute yourself, Jade?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I don't understand why we're talking about NJ, and it's all just gone on to NJ. If that's the case, take Nikki's face off and put NJ up.
Maybe.
And the other thing is, all this about, what's her name now? Nikki's kids being on live, Shani putting Nikki's kids on live. The mother was sat there majority of the time. Why didn't she speak up and say, get my kids off the live?
Oh, so you're saying Nikki was there when she was with her when she was doing it, is that what you're saying?
101%, and whoever says she wasn't is lying.
Right. Can I just say something about the kids being on camera? Because I can kind of understand from Sean's perspective why she did do that.
If somebody coming to my house and like put my kids on live.
Jade, come on. Obviously, you did have your say, so allow Maddie to obviously speak.
But so what you need to take into consideration, guys, is Sean is a stranger in the house, right? Sean was spending a lot of time with these kids when the mother was not around, i.e. the mum was sleeping, etc. So for Sean to put the kids on camera and show TikTok that the kids are actually safe, she's not doing anything weird, you can see them, here they are, I feel like that was a good thing. I feel like her, whenever she was alone with the children, her letting the children come on camera and show, yep, we're okay, I can't lie, don't see any problems with that. Because if she did not allow those kids to be on camera, how do we know that Nikki's not going to accuse and say, oh, well, you did this to my child, or you did that when you were alone with my kid? You never know. So I can't lie. Sean did the right thing there. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's true. You're allowed your opinion. Everyone's allowed their opinion. But okay, is it Star? We see you there, Star. Big yourself up. Welcome. You got anything to say, Star?
Yeah, Happy New Year, Daily.
Can I not finish what I was saying now?
Happy New Year. 1 minute, Jade. Promise you. Well, did you have to finish something? Go ahead, Jade. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I did have to finish. I didn't even start, and you locked me off and let someone else start speaking.
Jade.
All right.
Jade, my apologies if that's what happened.
Yes, it is what happened.
Can we not do that?
No, so I
allows everyone to talk. Like, let's not try playing antics like he's trying to violate you, Jade, because he's not. So let's simmer down with the energy, respectfully. Carry on, antics.
Thank you very much, Will.i.am. Jade, you know what? Obviously, I'm not saying that you know what you're trying to do, but you're coming across very aggressive. And obviously, like I said, I'm not going to start shouting and barking because there's no need. But with respect, even what you're doing now, Jade, you're speaking over me. If I was doing that to you, a lot of people have me. You know what I mean? So come on, with respect, I will hear you out, of course. But what I am trying to do is, we've done this before. When people don't have a say, I'm getting it in the ear. So I'm just trying to make everybody have a say, and everyone can obviously respond. And obviously, that's all it is. That's all it is. Star's just come up. I was going to hear from Star and then Jade. I was going to hear from you. But okay, no problem. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hear from Star with respect, and then we're going to hear from you, Jade, because you spoke already. So with respect, Star, can we hear from you, please? And then we can hear from Jade after. Thank you very much.
Thank you lot for letting me know I haven't finished in the comments. Appreciate that.
I've been wearing this clip all day, innit?
Yeah, I would say that Jade never got to finish. So I don't mind if she wants to go.
All right, sorry. Okay, we'll do that.
What
go
I'm
ahead,
saying
Jade.
is gonna be
You
quick.
sound very aggressive right now, but go ahead, Jade. Go ahead.
Like what? Aggressive. So I was talking and I got cut off for someone else to speak. Yeah?
Go ahead, Jade. Go ahead.
All I'm saying is, everyone's gone on at Shani for having these children on the live. Surely the mother should have said no, yeah?
Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
Right. Okay, that's all I wanted to say, love. That's it. That's it. Everyone's digging Shan for having these children on live. The mother was sat there.
No, we're digging Shan for being on live continuously. Shan was on live continuously. From the moment she started crying, doing the antics, that is the bit of the weird part. It's not the fact that she was videoing the kid. Okay, cool, even that, yeah. But that's not so much the problem. It's the fact that it was all day for the whole time it was there. It's not normal.
Jay, can I ask a question? So what I'm saying is, obviously the mum's been there all the time and what have you and whatnot. So with the time that, because the lady had the son and then someone was pulling her hair or whatever, are you saying that the mum was there watching the son pull her hair and all of that there and then?
No, I'm not saying she was there watching it, but if you allowed something from the offset, then it's going to keep happening, isn't it? If somebody come in my house and it was on a live stream, I'll tell them, cut off that live stream, you ain't coming in my house sitting on live. Like, it was allowed from the beginning. It was allowed from the off.
Okay, fair enough. That's true. I hear you.
You get what I'm saying? If my friend come to my house and she was on live and I didn't want that, I'm not going to let her do live for half an hour and then 3 hours later cry about it.
That's
I'm
true.
going to
You
tell
got a
my friend
point.
at the front door, do not go on live in my house. And if you do not mention my child or put my child on the live. That's it. And if I catch you doing it, you'll be asked to leave my house. And now everyone wants to cry about it. Why didn't this mother speak up? Drunk, grieving or not, why didn't she speak up and protect her children? Just because you're grieving doesn't mean you can't protect your kids, bruv.
It's a fact. That's a
right?
fact.
That's all I wanted to say, yeah?
That's a fact. I agree with you, 100%.
Sorry if I sounded aggressive or whatever, but I do have children that I need to look after. They're away for the next 5 minutes. I've only got 5 minutes in it to speak, so I just wanted to get in what I needed.
No, don't worry about it. You're passionate. We all are. We all are,
Jade. So with respect.
Right, but anyway, as you can hear, my child's walking about now, so I'm going to get off the live because I don't agree for my children to be on live, and I'm not going to put that on anybody else. I'm going to put that on myself and take myself off the live.
Right. Okay, pick yourself up.
Can I also make another point, if that's okay, quickly? Yeah?
Go ahead.
So I could be wrong, right? But obviously I'm someone that, like, you know, I've experienced grief and things like that quite recently as well. And I just wanted to say that, like, at all times, your children come first. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how you're feeling. Grief is a really sad thing. Yes, I know. By the end of the day, those children are grieving too. Now, imagine being a child, grieving your dad and your mum's not looking after you properly. On top of that, the children are the most important thing to me. And I don't think anyone is really, like, deep in that. You got to put a smile on your face for your kids. Like, even if your kids are in the kitchen, they're eating breakfast and you know you feel like shit, you got to go in there and smile for them, sing songs. Oh, you right, Papa? Yeah. Even if you don't feel like it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like Nikki is selfish. No offense. I feel like Nikki is being really selfish because how long has she been grieving? And you're still at a stage where it's like, Yeah, I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, I can understand why she doesn't want to get professional help because, you know, there's a risk of social services, etc. But pull it together, man. Like, pull it together.
But Baddie, can I ask a question? Because obviously, energy wanted to go next. But obviously, with social services, wouldn't you say her putting herself on the internet the way she is ain't going to bring social services involved? Because I swear they all watch this kind of stuff as well, though. Am I right or wrong?
No, 100%. That this would even put them more at risk. She's had the police come to her house before because she's been on live. People have been concerned and they've sent the police there. So I feel like, I don't know, maybe she is actually making money from this. I don't know. Maybe that's why she is doing this, because I'm hearing that in December and November, she made 17 grand on TikTok.
What?
Listen, if I'm making that amount of money every month, I guarantee I'll be acting like that as well. I can't lie to you.
Nah, hey, real's real.
Oh, boy, that's
real.
Can I quickly?
Go ahead.
Just with the social services thing. I'm so sorry, guys. So like with OG Nikki, she says that she doesn't have the support, right? So imagine every day like sitting there with no support, you know, no one to turn to.
Okay, imagine how her children feel. Imagine how
one minute,
I get that. You're absolutely right. Because I'm a mother of two. I get it. But sometimes when you're so deep in sadness, when you're so deep in like not having that support, feeling like you have no one to turn to, sometimes you can't even regulate your emotions properly enough to kind of like be there for the kids, especially every single day. Kids, you don't get a break from kids. Kids are every single day, all the time, 24/7. And sometimes it's okay. Like sometimes you do, well, some people fall off because it's a lot for them. It's a lot to handle. Do you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to like OG Nikki, it's not every time she needs to be perfect, to be honest. And I'm not even going to condemn her for every single thing that she does. Sometimes I get it. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially with the kids as well. It's not every time she's going to be able to like show up for them 100%. We're human. I can't even do that sometimes. Sometimes I need help. Yeah. But then that's where social services get involved and stuff. It got to a point when I had my son that I had to call social services for myself because I genuinely couldn't take it no more. I was losing my mind. Yeah. And I called social service and I told them, look, I'm struggling. I need support, please. And they came and they helped me. Social services, if they can see that you're a good mother and you're showing up for your child and you're trying your best and your kids are being fed, cleaned and whatever, they're not here to take your kids. They will actually support you. They will actually support you. Do you know what I'm saying? This is what she needs to do. She needs to go to authorities, people that can actually help her, people that are proficient in this. The only reason why she won't do that is if she has something to hide. Do you know what I'm saying? Or if she knows that she is lacking in a sense that it's potential that her kids can be taken away from her because she's really, really actually neglecting them. But if it's a thing where she just needs the support, she just needs someone to show up for her, social services can do this. They can arrange family workers to come and help her with these things.
Could I add to that with respect? Like I said, obviously, and what it is, a lot of people do put 1 minute, Maria, you're definitely going to go now. Obviously, what I'm saying is, there's a lot of people, like I said, they hear social services and straight away, because social services are known for taking children or whatever, they automatically just label social services. If I get my social services involved, my kids are going to get taken. And that's not the case. Sometimes they're here to see that. Like I said, no, social services come around your house and they look into things. They see how your children are. They speak to your children. If they're hearing things negative, then obviously they're going to make other measures. But if they can see that your household's correct, you're living correct, you're cooking food, you're doing what's best for yourself, they're not going to say, all right, let's take the child, because it's both.
Exactly. They can see that you're struggling because you're overstimulated.
Do you get what I mean? If they can see that it's other ways now, your child's sleeping on the floor, no mattresses, and there's things and other things, and obviously it's going to lead to things. But like I said, I do feel I need to say this at this time. So like I said, my YouTube Daily Antics 1, people, could you go and follow that? It's on YouTube. Like I said, if you agree with what I'm doing on TikTok, please give me a follow and like and subscribe. But we're going to hear from Maria with respect, and then we're going to move forward. But welcome, Maria. Can we hear from you, please? Could you unmute yourself, Maria?
Hey, I just wanted to add on to what Baddie said. I thought it was weird that I did see Nikki's kids on live with Sean. I did think that was weird, but I guess that slipped. I guess she allowed that. But moving forward, okay, you allowed the kids on the internet. Why did Sean have to speak about what's going on in the house? You know what I mean? So that part comes in as well. Like, Sean went on the internet, stayed live. Nikki tried to call her, but Sean wanted to speak and let out what's happening in the house or something.
Oh, so wait.
That's the real issue here.
So that makes sense from it. So are you saying that
Yeah.
Sean was out about her business and the other lady was in the house looking after her? No, are you saying that Nikki was out about her business, sorry, and Sean was in the house looking after her kids and Nikki was trying to phone Sean when she was on live with her son and Sean weren't answering the phone? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, this was after all of that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sean was on live from last night till this morning, and then that's when Nikki posted that video right there.
Oh, okay. It's sad to see what's going on, though, man. It's sad to see that.
And you know what's weird?
Go ahead.
You know what's weird? Sean collected all these dot points in her head about what's going on. She collected all the little points, and then she saved it for later. She saved it for later. It's weird. She planned it, and that's what Nikki said. Honestly, I agree with it. I can't lie.
Would you say it's an ulterior motive?
I would say it's a clout motive. I don't know. Why was Sean on live with the kids like 24/7? Not gonna lie, every time I hopped on TikTok, Sean was always on live with Nikki's kids. Why was that?
I'm just gonna mute myself, but just let me know when I'm free to speak, okay?
100%. You're gonna go after Maria because you sound like you're gonna go 100%. Go ahead, Maria.
No, honestly, I think I'm speaking sense because all the comments are agreeing. I can't lie, but I'll let someone else.
All right, no, obviously your opinion is your opinion. Your opinion is your opinion, and obviously people are going to agree, people are going to disagree, but we're going to hear from Hans and then we'll go from there. Go ahead, Hans, welcome.
Basically, I'm just going to say my opinion, that's it, and then I'm gone.
No problem.
Me personally, I think from when you chose to lay on your back and breed, you chose that you're like, how you feel and all that doesn't no longer matter no more because it's the children. No, you do matter, but them children, they come first. They actually come first. You have to. You can't be selfish when you have children. I don't business what anyone says. You no longer matter more than them children. Yeah, when you're single and you have no children, you come first. But when you have children, you've chose to put them first. Yeah, if you don't want to put yourself first, don't breed in the first place. You know what I mean? Don't breed. If I'm selfish, I don't have children because I'm selfish and I want to put myself first. Yeah, but I think like if you're breeding, like no, I'm sorry, they have to come first. And also, and the second thing, she should not be letting just random people up in her yard. Yeah, she don't know this girl too tough. She only met her on TikTok. Not only that, she also took her picnics to another TikToker's yard. I'm not even gonna call her out, but I think everyone knows anyway. I'm just saying, you can't be bringing your children around people that you barely even know. It's just nah, man. I'm not feeling it. It's not good.
Even that, people, I would say, as proud and loud, she brought her children around Dachi's sister's house and she was chilling there. So only to say how much.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's crazy, and I'm not here to belittle her. Go ahead, course, 100%.
I feel like with this whole Nikki situation, we're all forgetting like this girl is depressed. Now, when you're depressed, you're at rock bottom. I've been there before, so I can understand what it's like.
So she needs to seek help.
No, 1 minute.
Depression ain't easy to let go.
I get what everybody's saying.
Hands. Obviously, with respect, please let her land. Obviously, everyone's obviously had their say. So obviously, I don't want people to be spoken over when they haven't had their say. Can throw them off topic. So please let her finish, and then we can speak on after with respect. I know it's passionate, but please go ahead. Though.
Can I go next, please?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. You can start. No problem. Go ahead.
I understand what everybody's saying, and everyone's got a valid point. But what we have to understand, we have to have comparison for this girl. This girl is at rock bottom, right? When you're at rock bottom, you don't know where to go. I was at rock bottom. I had my whole family around me, and I still was lost. So this girl, we're talking about someone that's very vulnerable. She has got family, but there's no family there for her. Right? She's got 2 kids. One's got autism. That's a lot. She's lost her boyfriend, her baby dad. Yeah? I understand when you're saying, why did she bring her kids here or whatever? But how many of you girls have brought man to your yard with your kids in bed? Let's be real about the situation. There's a lot of people, we all make mistakes. What my point is, we all make mistakes and we all go through things in life that better us as a person. This girl has come to TikTok because clearly that's her only hope in her eyes. Where she's at, that's all she can see. So I don't think it's fair to say that, she should be doing this and she should put her kids first. Do you know how hard it is to put your kids first when you're in a situation like that?
Like, honestly, I'm a woman. I class myself as a woman of God. Yeah. So for me, I feel like from when I'm saying that, I'm meant to be a stronger person. And even I couldn't do that. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't do anything. It's really hard until you've been there. I don't think it's on anybody to judge what it's like and how long she has to grieve or any of that. This is a partner. This is not your mother. This is not your brother or your cousin. This is your partner. This is someone that she thought she's going to spend the rest of her life with. Like, I feel like as a generation, we should have a lot more compassion for this girl because she's gone through a lot. And she still is going through a lot. And also, let me just land, sorry. And one thing I will say is, when you're in a depression state, yeah, where Nick is at, when I watch this girl, yeah, and I look at her, she's admitting to everybody that she is lost. So that tells me that this girl is on a journey. She's on her way. She's at rock bottom, but she's recognizing that she is in a state and she's recognizing she's not the best person. So for me, instead of sending TikTok creators, get this woman some professional help. And if you can't get the professional help, go and seek God because he's the only one that can do it. No human on this earth can fix this girl. We can't do that. That's out of our thing. You know, get what I'm saying? Like, this is not for us. This is for the professionals. She don't need no more hate. She don't need no more negativity. Like, this girl has gone to a house. When you're vulnerable, you let anybody in. Like, you're not thinking straight. You've not got that straight mindset. So how, I keep hearing, oh, well, she shouldn't do this, she shouldn't do that. She should know better. Try being depressed like this girl and then tell me if you know better. Because it ain't going to happen.
Can I talk? Is that okay?
No, for real, definitely can. Go ahead.
Hiya. So basically, I don't really have an opinion on... I have an opinion, but I don't have an opinion because at the end of the day, sorry, I mean, not well. Nikki is lost. Everything that the lady just said before, she's correct. Nikki is lost. She does need help. I don't think... is it Sian? Sian, is that her name?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I don't think she went there on bad intentions. I don't think she did. I just think it ended up going left and whatever's happened. You get what I'm trying to say? When it comes to Nikki, grief is a long-term thing, yeah? Some people never get over it. With Nikki, I feel that she needs positive people around her. I think Sian did go around there and build her up and big her up and, you know, make her feel a little bit better, but overall no one can help her. She does need professional help. She needs support from, I'm not going to say social services as such. I would say maybe a family support worker. A family support worker is completely different from a social worker, where they can come around more often. They can give her the support without the judgment, without her being scared of her kids being taken off of her. They can fill out forms and do things that she might not be capable of doing. She might need a little bit of an outreach where people can take her kids out with her or without her to give her the daily support that she needs. She might also need a social worker for herself, just to help her get over this whole situation that she's going through, because it is sad to see. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I've never lost a baby father, so I don't know what that feels like. And maybe a lot of people on here haven't lost a baby father, but it is a hard one to go through. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's your kid's dad at the end of the day. No matter what ups and downs you go through, you do not want to see your kids miss out on another parent. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I do. You can see the pain in Nikki's eyes. You can see that she can't cope. Maybe the baby father's parents are not there, or his side of the family have just left her to get on with it since he's passed. Nobody really knows what's going on behind closed doors. And bearing in mind, the baby father does have a family. I've never heard her talk about them coming to help her out or to help take over with the kids or to give her the support that she needs. It sounds like he's gone and she's just been left to get on with it. Nobody's given her a source of help. No one's given her a source of a shoulder to cry on. She's just kind of had to deal with it and then deal with reality with her kids on a day-to-day basis. And it is really, really sad. And I hope that she does get the support and she does need the help that she does need for 2025, because this can't go on another year for her. Not just her, not her kids as well. Kids feed on parents' energy, right? And when I'm upset, I do my best not to do it around my kids. But, you know, sometimes my kids can be in another room and it's like they feel it and they will come to the same room I'm in. And as parents, you know, we turn around and we say, no, I'm okay, don't worry, everything's all right, don't worry, mummy's fine. But they can see it. It's written all over your face. They can see that you've been crying. I've got autistic 5-year-old. He can tell when my emotions are left. He will come and you'll see him start rubbing on my leg and he will hold my hand because he knows that there's something wrong. And you know what it is? Half the time, I'm in pain because I want to make sure my son can talk. He's nonverbal. So to sit down and have a child that's nonverbal, that's hard for me. So imagine she's got 2 kids. It sounds like one of them might be a little bit more hyperactive than the other one. That might be hard on her. That might be a strain because being a mother in general, there's no rule book to it. None of us know how to be the perfect mother. We just learn. Like I've got 3. My oldest is 21. My middle is 17. My youngest is 5. You see, my first one, that's when I made some bad decisions. And when I say bad decisions, no detrimental bad decisions, but you learn and you only live to learn. So as them kids get older, she grows with them and she will learn what mistakes she's made. But right now, they're still young and she's still making mistakes, but there is room for her to change. Like I've said to you before, Antics, in a live that we were in, I have to sit down with my kids every so often and have a conversation with them and say to them, do you know what? Have I done anything that you are upset about that you would like me to change? When my kids give me that information, I digest it. I sit back and I look at, okay, what could I have done better? And like I tell my kids, okay, cool, there's room for improvement, but listen to what I'm saying. I'm your mother first. I'm not your best friend first. I'm your mother first. So you can think that you can take the mick, but let me let you know, I will revert back to that person if you think that because I'm making changes that you can take the piss. It's not going to happen. So with Nikki, they're still babies. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to do things that are not the norm. They're children. This is what children do. I work with children. Children do ludicrous things every day, wild things. Do you know what I'm trying to say? They're kids.
No,
we can't judge kids. Pardon?
I hear you. What I was going to say was, with respect, I was going to say, could you hear me, everyone?
Yeah, darling, I can.
Yeah, I was going to say, now, with respect, obviously, I was going to add on what you was going to, I was just going to add what I was going to say, but I just went, because obviously someone just came up. But okay, go ahead, because obviously Star wanted to speak as well. So go ahead, finish up, so Star can obviously
Sorry, I'm going to finish up with that. So, yeah.
After Star as well, that record.
Okay, no problem. Let Star go. Okay, no, go ahead, President, and then Star will go after you. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry, Star, 2 secs. So yeah, kids are going to make mistakes. Kids are going to do things that people are going to look at that's going to be outlandish, but they're kids at the end of the day. We don't judge. Like, we don't look at people's kids and feel like you can have an opinion, because let's not act like to say nobody's child's not ever done nothing that's not outlandish, like when it comes to them being young. So I don't have a problem with none of these 2 girls, but I just don't feel like I should have too much of an opinion. But I just pray that Nikki does get the help that she needs for 2025. And that's all I have to say. But thank you for listening, people.
That's okay. Big yourself up. Go ahead, Star. Welcome, because you did wait. My apologies that I let her go before you. I did forget. My apologies. It slipped my mind. So welcome in. My apologies.
It's fine. Happy New Year, everyone.
Big yourself up.
Yeah. Basically, I just want to say that I think I do agree with what, is that Chef and Peaches was saying about grieving doesn't have an end date. I've worked in mental health for 14 years now, so I work around that, counselling and therapy and stuff like that to do with them things. So it is right, but it's a choice that she's making, and the reason why I say that, and I think it's unfair for TikTok to be having up Nikki like that, because I think they've condoned a lot of her behaviour. When the whole Princess and Nikki thing was going on and there was blatant evidence of her taking Charlie, no one pulled up Nikki and was like, your kids was there, because her kids was in the videos at that point. So she was showing her own kids on live in that moment. And also she actually said out of her own mouth that her and Princess went out and the kids was left to run up and down, and that the kid nearly got knocked over and things like that. I think no one shouldn't be entertaining Sean, because at the ending of the day, that was an ulterior motive, her going there, because she didn't even wait 5 minutes to get out of the lady's house and to start talking about the whole situation. And if it was something you've gone to help the girl, everyone could see that she was depressed. Everyone could see that she needed some adult company and things like that. And maybe for me, I feel like Nikki needs a good friend. Like, I think Demi was is meant to be her friend like that. So I want to understand how comes Demi hasn't put Nikki in her place a bit to say, you know, you're not moving correctly, you're not doing this and things like that. And also just to say that Nikki does have support. She's got her 2 sisters that do support her, and they're the people that have her kids majority of the time. So she has got support. It's just, why is her sisters not supporting her and saying, you know, get some therapy, get some help or some grievancy support and stuff like that, because that is holding her down and making her have these behaviors where she's letting strange people in her home to even be around her children in that sense in the first place. And then anyone she meets online, her instant thing is, oh, that's my friend, we're friends. And it's not, you can't just meet someone online. That's like us being on this live now and be like, oh, we're all friends because we're on this live now. It doesn't make sense. It's not correct. We're not friends. We are maybe co-workers or, you know, having the same mentality, but we're not friends, and we shouldn't be inviting each other to our homes. And if she was gonna, and to say that there is women out there that would invite a random man to their house when their kids are sleeping, but majority of women are not going to invite any stranger, man or woman, to the home where their kids have to sleep at nighttime. Do you know what I mean? So it's not correct information. I think Nikki does have this mentality, and I think TikTok is condoning Nikki's behaviors until it gets to points like this. And then now they're going to want to drag her down instead of when the whole situation with Princess happening. I think that's when everyone should have been like, Nikki, you need to fix up. You need to do a bit better. This ain't right. You can't be behaving like that. You don't really know Princess like that. You're calling her your friend. And then you've got her around your kids to the point of, Princess didn't wait 2 seconds yesterday to join Sean's live for the 2 of them to sit down and be chatting about these kids. It doesn't make sense, and we shouldn't be entertaining the conversation around the kids. It should be more around what is going to happen. What can we do to help Nikki to not make this mistake again and to come off of the app until she gets help? Do you know what I mean? Because I think Nikki genuinely needs some help, professional help at that.
Sorry, can I just reply to what you just said?
1 minute. Will.i.am did want to go still.
I know I'll let him go.
Will.i.am go and then we go after. Go ahead.
What's going on, people? Thank you very much. Thank you, brother, for letting me go. The thing is, because I was going to say something, but obviously clarifying the fact, because obviously we need to have clarification to know she took Charlie in front of her kid or whatever. But obviously, if that is the case, then that changes things, because in terms of this situation, actually, before I go, does anyone know when or how long it's been since her baby father passed away? Does anyone know?
A year.
I think it was last year.
Yeah.
Last year.
Sorry,
okay, cool. Yeah, so that's the
2023. Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, 2023 for real.
Yeah, so even though it's like what 2 years, it's still technically fresh, because 2 years is still not like, especially with someone that you spend a lot of time with. Yeah, I mean, it's one of them ones. But like one thing that we need to know and understand is all of us to a certain degree are very versed with Mother Nature and obviously herself and that, but a lot of us don't really know or understand or have a relationship with Father Time, you know, the ones there. And there's a saying that they say that obviously time heals all. 2 years isn't really long enough to be able to get over a passing, especially with someone that you cared about. And obviously this situation is important because obviously it reminds us of how important a good man or good father is in the household, because obviously although we have these outside entities, your social services, the government, blah blah blah, that get involved in family matters and stuff, when the man is unalived, that's when you really know what going, because the state can't force, like you're essentially on your own legitimately. You know what's there. The state can only do so much. They can't force the father to pay or force the father to be there and blah blah blah. So although obviously she's like emotionally lost something, financially she's lost something, and support wise, as everyone's seeing, she's lost that support as well. And although people are saying that obviously she's vulnerable and so on and so forth, which I totally agree with, we're missing the fact that those children or biological children of the father have lost their dad. Like, do you know what I mean? And that support unit or having that person there to be the protector or so on, provider and so on and so forth is key. Those kids, whether they know it or not, will be running rampant, will be doing a bag of nonsense, blah, blah, blah. They're not really in the ideal environment if obviously the mother's taking Charlie and so on and so forth. But it's like the whole situation is peak. irrespective of if she gets professional help or not. Professional help is only beneficial if the person is wanting or willing to change or has the ability to change it themselves. Plus is limited because obviously they are there for financial gain at the end of the day. In this situation, it's a lose-lose, it's an L in all situations, because at the end of the day, everyone that comes in her way, some way, shape or form, is looking for or has an agenda or whatever, you know, the one's there. So for me, it's just a case of the way I look at it, it's like, we need to give her the space to be able to change on her own or not change. Because at the end of the day, the onus is on her. Like, you can take a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. And this is where Father Time comes in. Only time will tell whether she will do what's best for her children and obviously best for herself, or whether she will allow what's happened to further lead her down the wrong path, if that makes sense. But it's just a long day, respective in terms of every situation. Go on.
Can I just say something on the back of what you said?
1 minute. Let me just add to that. What I'm saying is Will.i.am as well, because I'm adding to what you're saying with respect, yeah? But what you need to realize is, if there's a young lady that's already grieving, right? She, like somebody said, she will open up her door to anyone that's willing to show her any greatness. Now, what you need to realize, for her to go and reach out to find help out, is going to be very difficult for her, because what you need to realize, she's doing that by letting people in, is why she let that lady around her. But what she needs to do is start allowing herself to put herself around the right energy, because she's got the energy to allow people around her, but she's allowing the wrong people around her. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But what it is she needs the right energy. But if she's only embracing the wrong energy, like people like the one that went to go see her, how is she going to get the oomph to go and feel like, raw? Some people don't even know themselves when they're going through certain things. So to try and pick out who's the right energy, it will be difficult for her, if you get what I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying, because the thing is, because like at first, before I heard the Charlie thing, yeah, I was like, obviously I completely concurred with what you're saying. But if we're going to be honest about the situation, if you bring the right energy around you and good people that are obviously having your best interest at heart, or kind of like wanting you to succeed, yeah, you doing them things that doing Charlie in front of your kids and blah, 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 you ain't going to be able to have good people around you for long, because so for example, if I'm a person, I'm a dad, yeah, and I'm taking Charlie in front of my kids, and I'm going through a situation and I'm saying to people, or trying to bring good people around me, those good people are not going to condone my behavior, or allow me to do these detrimental things to myself and to around my children, so on and so forth. So although obviously, yes, we might see that obviously she's like looking for help in the wrong places, technically speaking, whether conscious or I think subconsciously, it's like she's doing it because she knows she can't have good people around her, because good people ain't gonna allow her to do what she's doing. And if she continues, those good people, because of the sake of the children, they're gonna have no option but to be like, you know what, man might have to go get authorities involved and blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just like, that's why I said it's an L, because it's a techie situation. Only time will tell whether she's gonna come out correct or whether she's just gonna continue going down a bad path, because I don't know whether she was taking Charlie when her baby father was here, or whatever the case may be, or whether this is just a reaction to try and numb herself or kind of get good feeling, or kind of take her thoughts away from the situation. But at the end of the day, ultimately speaking, yes, she's vulnerable, but the children are more vulnerable, because the children can't protect themselves. That's why they have mother and father in the first place. No one was there. So it's just a peak situation in every situation, shape or form. Every person that's going to get involved to some degree, not everyone, but obviously I'm talking generally, but most people that are going to get involved are going to have their own agendas, their own ulterior motives. So it's a long day for her. Do you know what I mean? The only people, realistically speaking, that are not really going to have an ulterior motive are like her mother and father, if she still has them, or like immediate family members, depending on the relationship with the family. You know what's there. But external entities, to the most part, most of them are gonna have an agenda. You know what's there. So it's just techie and it's peak. And because of the way social media is and how the world works now, it's just a long day. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, we can all have our opinions and our thought process, but I just hope that no one ever finds themselves in a situation, and if they do, find themselves in a situation, they have the ability or the support unit around them to support them, because the days we're living in today, everything's fake. Like, do you know what I mean? It's one of them ones. It's just a long day.
You wanted to say, someone wanted to say something. Someone wanted to say something. You wanted to say something?
It was me. It was
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I will give everyone else a chance. I just wanted to
Can I go up to Peaches, please?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can definitely catch. Go ahead, Peaches, and you can go
on
up.
the back of what Will.i.am said. Yeah, I'm just gonna be real when it comes to just being real. You see, when it comes to somebody losing someone that's important to them, yeah, it's only them. Listen, I learnt with myself. Yeah, when I was going through a hard time myself, not talking my business, but when I was going through a hard time myself, listen, anybody could tell me anything. You see, as soon as I put down that phone, or as soon as I shut that door to that person that's come to give me support or whatever, I'm going to do what I want to do regardless. I'm not hearing nobody, because I have to find my own way out of my own situation. There's nothing any professional people can do. There's nothing that any family person can do. No friends, all these fake friends. Some people just want to be around you just to say, well, I came and helped, but realistically they're not there to help. They're there for the moment. They're not there for the rest of the time. So ultimately she has to want to help herself. You see, me, my kids are what motivates me on a daily basis. So you see, I could be depressed, yeah, but I can't be depressed for too long, 20 minutes it can last for, and then I got to snap out of it, because I've still got my mother duties. I still have to cook, I still have to clean, I still have to get them to school, I still have to make sure they got tutors, I still have to make sure they've got all the necessary, well, I'm not good at saying certain words, but the things that they need in life to get them through life. So ultimately there's nobody that can help Nikki, sorry, hear me calling a girl Nikki, apart from her and Christ. Because you see me, I put everything into Christ. I'm not no preacher, yeah? But I'm telling you, Christ helped me get through a lot of things, yeah? And I tell all my friends this, and it's not me preaching to them. God has a path for everybody. Yeah, if you don't follow that path, you'll see yourself swaying to the left, swaying to the right, and you start seeing things go left. If you follow it face forward, you start to see everything in your life goes right. So when it comes to Nikki, there's nobody to be blamed. It's ultimately down to her. She has to want the change in life. She has to look at her life and see what is important in her life, i.e. her kids, having a roof over your head, knowing that you get to wake up every day. Because the amount of people that do not get to wake up every day, the amount of kids that are left without both parents, the amount of kids that don't have no family members whatsoever, and I had to fully function and turn into beautiful adults without any of these things, it's an excuse. She has to want to do it for herself, and if she doesn't do it for herself, nobody's going to be able to help her. Okay, nobody on the face of this earth can help that girl apart from her.
With respect, now bring yourself up. Obviously, I hear that still, and I definitely agree. Go ahead, Marcella, though. You wanted to say, is it Marcel?
Thank you. Hi, guys.
Yes, welcome.
I know you don't know me, but I'm just going to give my 2 cents as well, if you don't mind.
You definitely welcome.
Yeah, so listen, I've been watching this whole situation, right? And for me, I work in the mental health sector. So the way I see how Nikki is going, yes, she does need the help. And as Peaches and William and, yourself have pointed out, she has to want the help. She is in what we call a pre-contemplating stage. Pre-contemplating means I don't think she is fully aware that what she is doing is affecting her. And until she starts to see that, nothing is going to change. Now, I know, Peaches, you just mentioned, put your faith into Christ and, you'll get something out of it, right? That just reminded me, I'm going to go a little Christian on you guys. Hope you don't mind. I do apologize. The Bible verse, Matthew 6, verse 33, which
I'll
says...
just ask a question quickly. Why have you got her picture up like this? Like, if this is a life to support her and that, no, because this is pissing me off. Everyone and their mother is talking about this, about Nikki. You lot have got the girl's picture up, like it's a piss take. Everyone's talking about they support her and that, but you lot are everyone's holding lives about the girl. You lot are saying the girl's grieving and all these things, but everyone, I don't get this. What are you lot doing? Not everything needs a conversation, not everything needs clout. The girl is grieving and you lot are sitting up here with the girl's picture.
Toran, with respect, obviously.
Taking the piss.
Toran, with respect.
Nah, man. It's not everything needs a discussion. Sorry, respectfully.
I hear what you're saying. Okay, cool. I hear that you're upset. I hear that. But what I'm saying is, Marcel was speaking, so allow her to finish, and then so on and so on. So go ahead, Marcel, carry on.
Listen, anyway, my point was, yes, we shouldn't judge her. Nobody should actually judge her, because this can be anyone at any time. Yeah. We could all end up in her shoes. I'm not saying that, with the whole situation with the Charlie and stuff, but what my point is, she is going through something. People grieve in different ways as well. Grieving does not have a expiration date. It can go on for so many years. However, the way she was treated by somebody, yes, that she called her own friend, that she called a friend, sorry. And I understand that she shouldn't have let, these people that she doesn't even know into her home around her kids, because I'm a mother myself. I wouldn't do that. Okay. Hell no. Yeah. But she is somebody that I've actually noticed she's got some sort of mental health, and she does need the help. And I was speaking on a live yesterday, and we were all, in support. I personally would love to actually sit down with the girl and actually hear her out to see what exactly is actually going on. Not saying I'm going to diagnose her with anything. That's not, I'm not a professional like that. However, she is somebody that needs help. What happened to her and how all her business was put out there on TikTok, that wasn't fair. That wasn't good. And that came from a grown woman as well. Yeah. Grown women are actually some grown women are actually quite embarrassing. No joke. If there was an argument or whatever, this should have not been brought to TikTok, a platform where everyone is basically using, you understand? And then one thing that really pissed me off is how Princess decided to also give her, her inside support in Sean. That wasn't fair. That was actually not fair in my eyes. Then again, guys, this is just my opinion. Yeah. And I do agree, she does actually need help. But people just need to stop judging, because this can happen to any of us. We can end up in a bad situation just like her. And most cases, we might not have anyone to turn to. That's why.
Can I quickly interrupt if possible, brother?
Yeah, sure.
The one thing that I want to kind of like stress to people, obviously, because I know Torian came up and was basically like upset about, obviously this young lady's face being on people speaking about and so on and so forth. When you bring, or when you become a public figure, or you put yourself on a public platform, you're gonna be up for scrutiny. That's one. But two, in terms of the situation, for all the 600 people and the people on the panel, everyone that's here discussing this topic, yeah. We need to, and this is the reason why obviously community has kind of like disappeared in the grand scheme of things, because what community do is community learn from each other's mistakes. I say this on a lot of lives that I go into, yeah? You have a foolish person or a stupid person, you have a smart person, and you have a wise person. A stupid or foolish person is going to continue making the same mistakes over and over and over again, expecting a different result, yeah? A smart person is going to essentially make a mistake, learn from it, and keep it moving and do better moving forward. A wise person is going to be someone that learns from other people's mistakes, and that's what community is about. If you look at this situation and look at how the young lady's behaving, conducting herself, so on and so forth, not to judge her or whatever, but for the majority of people, they don't want to conduct themselves or have that type of situation or react to that situation that she's going through like her. So we see that she's going through, she's lost someone dear to her. We see how she's essentially crashing out. It is up to us as individuals to see that and be like, okay, cool. Although this is a very, very peak situation and it's got a lot of mitigating circumstances, so on and so forth, I don't want to ever be in that situation. So we need to learn from what she's doing and how she's conducting herself, and most importantly, what the kids are going through. You know, the ones there, because realistically speaking, although yes, she's going through a situation, a lot of people are missing the fact that the kids have lost their dad. And because they've lost their dad, there are going to be a bag of nonsense that is going to go on in their life moving forward, because they haven't got that father figure, that male anchor to be able to protect, provide, so on and so forth. They're going to crash out themselves. Or just on the basis of that alone, you know what I'm saying? It's different if the mum and dad are broken up and the dad's still around, so on and so forth. My man's gone. Dust out, like completely gone in the heavens. Like he ain't coming back. No presence, no smell, no cologne, no touch, nothing. He is gone. You know what I'm saying? So the kids are going to be mad affected. None of us there. So we just have to be honest about the situation and know that obviously, yes, there are the young lady's done what she's done or she's going through what she's going through, but it's up to us to be able to use her pain or see her pain and learn from it, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? But carry on, guys.
I understand where you're coming from and I fully agree. However, I do also want to point out that the kids were brought into this and there was no need for that. If grown folks are going to argue, let's leave kids out of it, yeah? Kids don't need to be dragged up onto a platform like this. That was something I really did not agree with. That's actually just stupid. And it's coming from, again, a grown-ass woman. Yeah?
Hi, Gailey, can I jump in for a quick...
Yeah.
Go ahead, go ahead, definitely, go ahead.
Thank you so much for rising me. So...
You're welcome.
I'm not gonna state facts or be like, this is how it should be. I've been scrolling through FYP and this girl has come up. So I've seen her in and out of her journey. So I don't know much, but I know a little bit enough to have come onto this live and listened to a lot of, everyone's opinion. But what comes in my mind about this whole situation is that as a streamer, it's completely different. When you become a streamer, on top of having to deal with grief, having to deal with pain and stuff, you're surrounded by many, many people that are giving you love. So perhaps she jumped onto TikTok and found she was loved by people. People were giving her their opinions. She thought...
Sorry, I think love and attention are two different things.
Well, that's the thing. She's mixed it because she's quite young. She's a young mother. She's probably got a little bit of... what I would call, it's called childhood trauma when you don't deal with things as a child. She was a child when she became a mother, right? Yeah. Young mother. So she's gone into this world of becoming a young mother, dealing with that. And then suddenly, your partner just passes away. So she hasn't been able to deal with that. She's turned to TikTok. Now, I'm speaking as a streamer. You turn to TikTok. So people have been going on encouraging her. And then these behaviors have been happening. But I think that some of her followers should have kind of done when you start commenting, you start, okay, I don't know how to explain it as a streamer, but what I see as a streamer is very different to what you guys see as a guest, the host. We see things very differently. We start trusting people. We start building relationships and friendships and situationships with people because we're on live all the time. It's very fast. You're not talking to somebody for 1 hour on the phone. You're talking to somebody for 4 or 5 hours. So she started building trust with people, and these people were clout chasing her, trying to use off her innocent story. What she needs to do, she needs to come off TikTok, but she can't because it's become an addiction for her because she started rolling in money, which is what she needs right now financially. She's supporting her kids. She's supporting herself. She doesn't have the support she had before. What she needs to do is find an alternative way to be getting income out of TikTok, isolating and working on herself and healing. She needs healing. She can't go into professional help at the moment because she'll be very judgmental and paranoid about what people are telling her. What she needs to do is be alone, to gather her thoughts, cry, be in the dark, comfort, eat, do whatever she needs to do without having hundreds of people telling her what she needs to do. Social media can be very toxic for people that are dealing with grief. There are a lot of trolls on this platform. I think everybody needs to stop putting stuff like she's taken Charlie, she's done this, she's done that, making new stories, because she's going to hear about that and she's going to get upset, and we don't want that. We want to be all united right now to help somebody that we see is breaking. We need to be kind to each other. We shouldn't be I'm really sorry. Yeah, this picture might not be pretty, but it's Daly's account. He can do whatever he wants. If you don't like it, get out. And that's what she also sees. So everyone's going to have opinions. Everyone's going to say something.
Can I say something?
Bad.
We're going to allow her to finish. Yeah, you can say after. You're going to say something, but
I just feel like I really, really wish that she would come off TikTok for a month and just heal. You can't, once you fall off a bike, you get you get an injury on your knee, it starts bleeding. You don't go back onto the bike and keep riding and hurt your knee again. there's a process. You need to sit down at home, disinfect the wound, let it heal, let the scab dry, be fresh, then go back on your bike and be like, I can do this again, but do it better. So she can come back on this platform and everyone will love her so, so much. I'm sure of it, 100%. But right now she needs to be alone. She needs to heal and be around people that she can really, really trust, like family. That's all I've got to say about the matter.
Big yourself up. Okay, big yourself up. Thanks for coming up. Is it? Yeah, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. You had something to say. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I don't know Sian well, I kind of know of her because she's from a part of the UK where I used to live. So I'm talking about 15 years back or so. And all I can say is from her character then, this doesn't surprise me. And if anyone does know her in this live from back then, I'm sure you won't be surprised either. She's a loud person. She can come across nice, but you don't really know where you're going to go with her, where you stand. I don't think she has any girl code either. She weren't a friend of mine, but I just knew her through people and I was definitely around her at times. Yeah, she's got a big mouth and she's loud and rowdy. She was back then. And I feel like this is another case of throwing stones from glass houses as well, from what I know of her. Like, you know for a fact you're not perfect yourself and your history and your ups and downs with social services. So this is mad to me to be seeing. I didn't even know her name was Sian because I know a different name pretty much, but I won't say it. But I just found it all a bit mad. I don't know Nikki. I don't really know of her apart from seeing all of this. But when I saw it was this so-called Sian saying all of this, I thought, what? I'm sure I had to even call up a friend, like, didn't this girl have issues, her own shit going on back in the day? Like, do you know what I mean? I had to call up a friend back in Oxford, like, and I don't even know if she's where Sian is now. She's in Birmingham, I don't even know. I just know her from Oxford. I know of her from Oxford. And I just know she was a bit messy and her intentions at times were a bit up and down. So I just find it all a bit mad and like a bit like you're throwing stones from glass houses. I don't know if I feel like this is a nasty, evil human mentality for some people where to make ourselves feel better for whatever reason or based off our dirty laundry from the past, we start kind of pointing out other people, not everyone, but we start pointing out other people, making other people look bad, and pulling out other people's dirty laundry, and we don't look in the mirror like, do you know what I mean? We don't look in the mirror and say, wait, hold on a second. Once upon a time, I this or I that. Yeah, she's saying, oh, I've got my kids are not in the system anymore, this, that, and the other. But okay, look within yourself and say, I wasn't perfect once either. I've got dirty laundry. Don't start like preying on a evidently vulnerable young girl. Yes, she's a big woman. Yes, she needs to take some accountability herself. I get that. But do you know what I mean? Look in the freaking mirror. And there's people that know of you, Sian, and know that your laundry isn't clean either. So chill out because you're begging attention just as much. You know what I mean? You're begging attention just as much. I'm not saying Nikki's perfect. I'm not saying nothing at all. Like, you got kids now, you got to take some responsibility. But I just find it all a bit mad. That's all. That's all.
Sorry, host. Couldn't we use a different picture?
Yes, what's going on? It was a bit quiet there.
Can I ask a question, please? Okay, so
Yeah, go ahead.
picture thing is coming up like a lot now. What is the issue with the picture? Because we all do it. Every single person on TikTok puts up green screens of other people, including some of the people that have come up and asked to take the picture down. So what's the problem?
It's what about it being a question of morality and knowing that she's going through something, being human and saying maybe we could put a screen up saying discussion about Nikki instead of the pictures. That's just being human. I think that's all she's asking.
But I was going to say the same thing. People that are coming up are just all hypocrites because when they're sitting on NJ's live and he's got up a picture discussing people or
Thank you.
like everybody else, it's
NJ
fine
literally
then, but
does
because it's Nicki,
surviving
it's a
people.
problem.
Hold on.
Yeah.
NJ literally does surviving people and no one don't even say anything. So I don't get why is Daily Antics, but like what's the problem? I don't get it.
So this is where this is because the things what Baddy
everyone that's
you're bringing up
everyone
is,
that's saying what that's standing up and saying their piece though, because many other people are knowing this and not saying it. So big up yourselves that's standing up for the right cause of things, because many people know this and ain't saying nothing. You know what I mean? So bring yourselves up. Go ahead, Will.
What Baddies is saying is 100% right, because this is what happens when and this is the reason why obviously I support Antics platform, because people think they take kindness for weakness. You know, the ones there, and it's like they come on here thinking that they can dictate Antics lives and blah blah blah. Yeah, when you're on other lives where there's passer and you're being entertained and all of this nonsense, you keep quiet. Let's not do that. It's Antics live. If he wants to, he runs it how he wants to run it. Yes, obviously he gives the audience a certain kind of like a certain amount of power in terms of obviously suggestions and so on and so forth. But don't take the kindness for weakness. We're not doing that. Yeah. At no point has he come up and said this about flipping, cussing her out and all that nonsense.
Because we're not doing that. I feel like you are directing.
No, 1 minute. No, 1 minute. What we're not going to do is we're going to let will.i.am finish speak, and is that what's it called? We'll carry on, please, with respect. So carry on with will.i.am, and then we'll hear.
So when it comes to this situation, because I see all the time in the comments, especially in the comments, people are saying take this, take that, blah blah blah. We're not doing that, because you don't have the same energy for where's this energy for the people when they're doing the madness or the badness and doing foolishness on live. You haven't got that energy. You know what I'm saying? So don't come on a platform where Antics is doing the legitimate things, giving a space for people to come, discuss and learn and exchange ideas and so on and so forth, and think you're gonna come and dictate and do all that. No, we're not doing that. You know what I mean?
Bro, I don't think
so.
people are
Thank you
saying
very
that
much.
to Daily. I think a lot of people respect Daily's platform. I don't think anybody is downplaying what Daily's doing. I'll be so real. I think if anything, people are making a suggestion to make his platform better and respect maybe as females that are saying this in the comments. Mothers are saying this in the comments.
No, with respect, I'll hear that. But let's hear from is that I don't even know what to say. Is that CH? Let's hear from you. Go ahead.
All right, so the reason why I've never really been on your platform before. This is my first entrance. So, yeah, I don't know what is being discussed. I haven't been here for the discussion. Right. But when everyone is now using it but what about this platform or what about this platform? I'm here now and I've just come into yours, right? Amongst everything that is going on in this woman's life, you have to understand, at this point in time, you don't even know who's watching the live. Social services could be in here. Her situation is a lot different than the other situations that are taking place. And that's the only reason why I made that suggestion, because you don't know who's streaming your live right now. And the traction that it is bringing, her situation is a lot different because her kids are at risk. And this just puts her and portrays her in a negative light, boy. And that's the reason why I made the suggestion. If you don't want to take it down, you don't have to. It's your platform.
All right, 1 minute.
And that's all I came up to say.
Okay, that's with respect. I've got to allow you to land. That's with respect. First of all, I'm not a boy, I'm a man. That's what I will address you as. I'm a man, I'm not a boy. Yeah? That's first of all. So just remember that. Just remember that, right? That's first of all. Second of all, when you're saying that, you know, with respect that women are saying whatever, that's with great respect, and I've got respect from women. Why? Because I came from one. But what you need to realize is there's a lady that's on the internet that's blaspheming her about her children, showing her children on the internet and all of that things. So I would say that this picture ain't me doing anything worse than what they've done. But I'm not saying that this is bad, because if I thought that this was bad, I wouldn't have her picture up here. Two wrongs don't make a right. What you don't need to realize is what you don't try to do is you try to take away the positive from the negative. And I mean, the positive from the negative. But what I'm up here doing is I'm trying to, reach out for this lady and trying to hear from people and hear the help that people can bring towards her. What people like to do is people try to turn the narrative away from that and try to make it look like I've got her picture up here, we're blaspheming her, we're disrespecting her. What about the positivity that's coming from it? That's with people saying positive stuff. How much people's come up and said positive stuff about this young lady? Do you know what I mean? So why is it that people always forget all of that and run to the negative? Oh, you've got her picture up here. This is a young lady that's on the internet herself. She puts her own picture up with respect. Do you know what I mean? If I'm on the internet and obviously I'm putting things up there about myself and somebody thought, oh, daily antics, I don't agree with what you're doing, and they thought that they're going to take my picture, pull it up there and have a conversation about it, I've got to sit back and understand that, because I'm saying, well, daily antics.
Do you know what they're doing? They're deflecting and you're letting them do it. I actually think it's quite a pretty picture of Nikki, if I'm being quite honest with you. I didn't have any problems with the picture. If anything, I thought she looked quite pretty. Her eyelashes look lovely. She looks like she's in the middle of speech. Yes, but it's not that deep. It ain't.
Me too, and I agree.